In the city of Abuja, amidst its sprawling landscapes and modern architecture, lived a beautiful lady named Becky, a successful software developer, known for her innovative apps. She develops for many top companies, both within and outside. Her life seemed perfect from the outside. She earned huge money, working for her clients and companies. She lived in a luxurious apartment and had a growing social media presence. But Becky's heart was shadowed by loneliness. She had been dating her boyfriend, Jerry, for 3 years. And while things seemed perfect, she couldn't shake off the feeling that something was amiss. One evening, as Becky and Jerry was dining at their favorite restaurant, MasQuad, she noticed Jerry acting strangely. He kept glancing at his phone and seemed distracted. "Jerry, is everything alright?" she asked, trying to catch his eyes. "Yes, of course. Just some work," he replied, giving her a quick smile. But Becky wasn't convinced. Later that night, after Jerry had left for his apartment, she decided to investigate. She scrolled through his social media and found nothing unusual. But a nagging feeling kept her awake. The next morning, as Becky arrived at her office, she noticed a man lingering near the entrance. He seemed out of place in the bustling business district of Wuse area here in Abuja. Shrugging it off as coincidence, she continued her day. But when the same man appeared near her apartment building that evening, her curiosity turned to concern. She decided to confront him. "Excuse me, can I help you?" Becky asked, her voice steady despite her racing heart. The man looked startled but quickly composed himself. "I'm sorry if I startled you. My name is Tony. Mr. T for short. I have some information about Jerry. You need to know the truth." Becky's heart skipped a beat. "What are you talking about?" "Not here," Tony whispered urgently. "Can we talk somewhere private?" Reluctantly, Becky agreed to meet Tony at a nearby eatery. As they sat in a quiet corner, Tony revealed a shocking truth. Jerry is not who you think he is. He's been living a secret life, hiding some dangerous part of his life from you. Apart from having another girlfriend, he's involved in some dangerous activities that could cost your life. Becky felt a chill run down her spine. "Why telling me? And how do you know all this?" Becky asked. "I work for a private investigation firm," Tony explained. "We've been tracking Jerry for months. His other girlfriend, Ella, hired us because she suspected he was cheating. When we dug deeper, we found out about you." Becky's mind raced. Could this be true? She had to find out for herself. She decided to confront Jerry that night. When Jerry arrived at her apartment, Becky confronted him with Tony's revelations. "Jerry, I need to know the truth. Are you seeing someone else? And are you involved in anything illegal?" Jerry's heart skipped and his face pale. "Becky, can I explain?" "Sure. Explain then," Becky demanded, her voice trembling. Jerry took a deep breath. I did have another relationship. But it's over now. And yes, I got involved in some shady deals. But I was trying to get out." Becky's world crumbled. Devastated and disappointed, she couldn't believe the man she loved had been lying to her. "You need to leave. Jerry. I can't do this anymore." Jerry struggled to leave as Becky felt a mix of relief and heartbreak. That night, she had many thoughts running through her mind, but she concluded to work with Tony to uncover the full extent of Jerry's deception. As weeks passed, Becky and Tony grew closer while unraveling Jerry's web of lies. Jerry had tried giving Becky calls to reconcile and continue, but Becky seemed to have moved on with Tony. Tony had continued to expose Jerry's secret money laundering deals, for a notorious crime syndicate to Becky, making Becky too determined to dig more about Jerry and probably nail him. One weekend, Becky and Tony discovered the hidden documents in her apartment. They found a key piece of evidence, a ledger detailing transactions linked to Jerry. "This is it, Mr. T, we can use this," Becky said, feeling a glimmer of hope. Tony nodded. "But we need to be careful. These people are dangerous." As they prepared to leave for police station, Becky's phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. "Stop digging, or you'll regret it." Fear gripped Becky, but Tony reassured her. "We can't back down now. We are so close." "What if it backfires?" Becky asked. Later, they handed the evidence to the authorities, who promised to investigate. Becky felt a weight lift off her shoulders. But her relief was short-lived. That night, she received a call from Jerry. "Becky, I need to see you. It's important, or your life is gone." Jerry's voice was desperate, against her better judgment. Becky agreed to meet him at a public park. Tony insisted on going with her, staying out of sight to ensure her safety. As Becky approached Jerry, she could see the fear in his eyes. "Becky, I know you don't trust me anymore. But you need to understand, Mr. T is not who he says he is." "What are you talking about?" Becky asked, confused. "Mr. T works for the crime syndicate. He's been using you to get to me. He wants to eliminate me and take over my operations," Jerry explained with his voice trembling. Becky's mind skipped, looking confused. Could Jerry be telling the truth? Becky talking to herself. She had no reason to trust him, but something in his eyes made her pause. Just then, Tony appeared. "Becky, don't listen to him. He's trying to manipulate you." "Is that true, Jerry?" Becky cried, her voice shaking. Jerry sighed. "Yes, but it's more complicated than that. I was trying to protect you. Mr. T is dangerous." Becky felt torn between the two men, unsure of who to believe. "Why should I trust either of you?" Before both of them could answer, a car screeched to a halt nearby. An armed man jumped out. "Everyone, get down," one of them shouted. Tony grabbed Becky and pulled her to the ground. "Stay down and stay quiet or you're dead," he whispered. Becky quickly obeyed. The men approached Jerry, dragging him to the car. "This is for betraying us," one of them hissed before throwing Jerry into the back seat and speeding off. As the armed men left, Becky and Tony were left in stunned silence. "What just happened?" Becky asked, her voice barely a whisper. "Your Jerry is gone," Tony said, helping her to her feet. "But the danger isn't over." Becky turned to Tony. "I need the truth. All of it. Because right now, I can't trust you." Tony sighed. "I was working with the syndicate. But I wanted out. I saw what they did to people. And I couldn't live with it. When I met you, I saw a chance to make things right. Why didn't you tell me sooner?" Becky asked, tears welling up in her eyes. "I didn't want to drag you into this mess," Tony said softly. "But now, we have to stay strong. We can still expose the syndicate and bring them down." Becky looking confused. "I will think about it." Becky got home and felt too disappointed. She kept crying all night. In the days that followed, Tony tried reaching Becky. "I have something important to tell you," Becky said. They agreed to meet at MasQuad restaurant. As they were discussing, Becky was looking sober and disappointed. "It's over, Mr. T," Becky told him. Tony's heart jumped. "I can't trust either you or Jerry." She was soaked with tears. Tony was trying to convince her when some policemen approached and arrested him. As Becky watched Tony being taken away by the police, she couldn't shake off the feeling that something wasn't right. She decided to investigate further and started digging into Tony's past. What she found shocked her. Tony's real name was Alex, a former KP agent turned freelance spy. He had been hired by a rival syndicate to take down Jerry's operation from the inside. Becky decided to trust no one and try to escape the danger. She went into hiding, constantly looking over her shoulder. Becky's instincts screamed at her to get out of Abuja, to escape the danger that lurked around every corner. She couldn't trust Alex or anyone else for that matter. She had to rely on herself if she wanted to stay alive. Without hesitation, Becky packed her bags and boarded a flight to Lagos, hoping to lose herself in the bustling city. She changed her phone number, her email, and even her appearance, determined to start anew. As she settled into her new life, Becky couldn't shake off the feeling that she was being watched. She looked over her shoulder, expecting to see Alex or one of the syndicate's goons. But there was never anyone there. Months went by, and Becky slowly began to rebuild her life. She started a new business, made new friends, and even found a new love interest. But the memories of Jerry and Alex lingered, a reminder of the danger that had once consumed her life. One day, as she walked through the crowded streets of Lagos, Becky felt a sense of peace wash over her. She had escaped, she had survived. And as she disappeared into the crowd, she knew that she would never be found. The end.
Please subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.